Hi and welcome back to video 8 of the 7 key attributes of top online marketers series. So far I've covered 1 commitment, 2 focus, 3 coaching and mentoring, 4 prioritizing activities with income generation first, and 5 they take action fast, 6 they have a strong reason why, and finally we're ending with they take full responsibility for their results. So how many people could identify with the sense of, oh, well, this didn't work because blah, blah, blah did this, or this traffic source didn't work because that traffic source was rubbish? That's an excuse mindset. That's blaming everything other than the one constant, which is the person that's taking the action. And it's very easy when you're placing adverts and it's not working to blame the source of traffic. But what you need to be aware of is perhaps you're not asking the right questions before you set up the traffic. Perhaps your copy is wrong. Perhaps your targeting is wrong. And until you split test all of these things and you learn the right questions to ask when you're setting up a new traffic source, you can't blame anyone other than yourself or your lack of knowledge or know-how. And this is where mentoring and coaching is really important. Hanging around with people that are already successful and getting results that you want to achieve, ask them how they're doing it, find out, get curious, don't be afraid to ask, don't let your pride and your ego get in the way of getting good results. Successful entrepreneurs know that their success or failure is directly related to their efforts. So if they don't get results, it's because they're not doing something or they're doing something wrong, and they're aware of this. And so if they're not sure what it is that they're doing wrong or what it is that they need to improve, that's where they will reach out to their coach and their mentor to go and seek advice. And perhaps you might not be in the position where you have a coach or a mentor, you don't know who to approach. Then, speaking to people within your sector or within your area of expertise is really important, but also making sure that you're taking advice from people that are successful and achieving results. Because obviously, if you're taking advice from somebody that hasn't had any results, then you're only going to replicate their results. So you want to be replicating the results of somebody that is achieving something and achieving it successfully. They're also aware that they need to fail fast, and they're not afraid of failure. All successful entrepreneurs understand that embracing failing is a good thing. Most of us that have gone through conventional education get taught from a very young age that failure is bad, that if you take a maths exam and you get poor results, you're branded as being stupid. And it's not that you're stupid, it's just a really good highlight of the areas that you need to apply some more effort and some more focus in. It's not a bad thing. And we need to learn to reframe that and take failure into a good place. Failure is only a lesson that we need to change and apply. It's not a negative thing. It doesn't mean we're stupid. It doesn't mean that we're hopeless. It doesn't mean that we're not going to achieve success, because if you're learning why you failed and you're getting curious as to why things didn't work and why you got the result that you did, and then you're applying that learning immediately so you don't make the same mistake again, that's a smart thing. That's a very, very smart, intelligent thing to do. So don't beat your head over a stick just because something didn't work the first time or the second time or the third time. If you know that you're taking the right steps and you're doing the right thing and you're tweaking it each time, and especially if it's with ads, you're testing, split testing all of the areas of your ads, making sure that you only change one thing at a time until eventually it works. And that's the main thing. You need to be constantly focused that you're taking action, you're taking responsibility for your results, and you're learning that failure is a good thing. Really good example, and any parent or somebody with children, and even non-parents can identify with this, is if you watch a child that's learning to walk, there is a long period of frustration because they can see all these people walking around with them. And I'm pretty sure a small child will think, well, look at them, they're walking around, looks really easy. So they try and test their legs, and their legs perhaps aren't strong enough to quite hold them up. So they fall down, and then they bump their head, and they fall down, and they bump their head, and they fall down, and they fall down, and they fall down. Now, a child will never give up. They'll keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until eventually one day they stand up, they take the first step, and then they take the second step, and then within days, sometimes hours, they're running around and, you know, jumping and all of those great things. But as adults, I often find that at some point that mindset shifts. Now, a child would never go after the first, second, third time that they fall down. They'll never go, oh, well, I'm never going to be able to walk. I'm just going to sit here for the rest of my life, and they just sit in a room. That never happens. They know that they just intuitively know that they're going to be able to walk, so they carry on and carry on. But at some point, as we become adults, we seem to think that this doesn't apply to us, and if it doesn't work the first time or the second time, that's a key indicator that we should just quit. And if you look at all the people that have achieved huge success in the past and, you know, currently, if you look at it, one person's success story, there's a million of failures that's led to that one success story. I mean, Jack Canfield, I mean, how many times was Chicken Soup for the Soul rejected before finally he got a publisher that said yes, and look where that is now. And again, you know, Edison with a light bulb, you know, how many times did he fail until he actually got it to work? So, you know, there are plenty of occasions where if they'd just given up after the first, fifth, sixth, or even thousandth attempt, we wouldn't have all the things that we have now. We just take for granted that it was a quick process, but, you know, in reality it isn't. And, you know, that takes me to the last point, is they just don't quit. And again, that links into your reason why. Most people are so motivated by a reason why that they don't allow themselves to give up and quit on their long-term goal. It doesn't matter how many times they fall over, they'll keep picking themselves up until eventually it works. And that's because, not just because of motivation, but the sense of a necessity. It has to work because there's no other option, which is why a lot of people will burn their bridges. So that gives them the incentive to have to make it work because there is no other alternative. And I'm sure you can all think of times in your life where that's been the case, where you've had no other alternative other than to make something work, and you might have felt daunted by it. You might not even have known how you were going to achieve it or how you were going to make it work, but you just know that there's no other option, so you're just going to do it, and it doesn't matter how many times you have to pick yourself up, you will just keep doing it until eventually it works. It's the same thing as, you know, if you need something to happen badly enough, you'll move heaven and earth to make it happen. So that takes me to the end of my 7 attributes of top earners. And if you found this of value, then I recommend that you come and find my homepage, which is www.naomitamiyama.com. There's a lot of free content, hints, tips, and strategies that you can apply in your business to help boost your business and grow it for the future. And also, equally, you know, join my mailing list. There's a link on the website where you can join my mailing list, because I mail a lot of really useful comments and content that I'm picking up as I'm training and I'm improving myself. I love to share information with people because I don't believe once we've learned something that we should just sit on that information. Information is there to be shared. So if it's working for me, I want to share it with you, and I want to share it so you can then apply it to your business. You can achieve success and hopefully pay it forward to the next person. So when you meet somebody that's in that position that needs help and information, you can then just pass that information, so it becomes this beautiful flow of energy. And if you're interested in something that's you can open up and flip the pages and mark the pages and highlight really useful information, as well as looking at other people's case studies within online marketing, then I really recommend that you get this book. It's if you go to my website, it's free. All you have to do is pay for the postage. So that's www.naomitamiyama.com/limitless. It's an amazing book with that's written by a really successful online entrepreneur who's gone from a broke 23-year-old to a multi-millionaire in his late 20s. Amazing guy, really inspirational story, adds lots and lots of content that you can apply in your online business, marketing strategies, and gives you loads of good case studies, following how other people have used marketing techniques that they've learned and applied it to their business to get huge results. So I definitely recommend that you get that, because all you have to do is pay for the postage. So who wouldn't want some free content, especially if it could revolutionize your business? So that takes me to the end of the video series, and I want to say thank you for showing up and coming with me on this journey. And I will be recording some more products, and there'll be plenty of podcasts that you can listen to as well. So subscribe to my channels and follow me on social media. Be love to keep in touch. Take care.